Hannah, you were out of the hospital today.
Yes. I'm just getting ready.
I'm working so I can't pick you up. You can go home by yourself, right?
Mom will pick me up. She told me to come straight home.
Oh, what? I didn't hear anything about that.
I just got the call. Mom and Dad are mad at you about the burns. They said the scars on my face will last forever, so...
Don't feel bad about that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I know that.
Right? It's your fault that sitting in the wrong place in the first place.
You blame me?
You're the one who sat with your legs out while people were carrying pots and pans. It's disturbing, isn't it?
I was just sitting there as usual. It's not like I was in a weird place. I think Leo was carrying it while watching TV and tripped over it.
No. It was because you were in the way. I mean, your relatives annoy me.
Annoying? Why?
They want me to divorce you. Your father even grabbed me. Isn't that a crime? Why am I getting blamed for this?
My parents told me to get a divorce too. They've been telling me for a while.
What? Since when?
Soon after we got married.
Why?
People got worried after watching our conversation and stuff like that.
Conversation?
People would ask me, "Is your husband always this cold?" They thought I was being treated badly by you. Seems like everyone was thinking of it.
What the hell is that? What did I do?
You're so quick to make fun of me. Not only my relatives, but also my friends.
They're all saying whatever they want.
You call me stupid and useless.
Isn't it true? You're a defective woman who can't even do decent housework. So you were joining them and saying bad things about me behind my back too. I don't understand why I'm being blamed for that.
No matter how to me, I had no intention of leaving you. But this time, I understand what the parents are saying. Every time I look in the mirror, I feel sad. My relatives say they'd force me to get a divorce.
I see. I don't care if we get a divorce. I don't. If I saw your face right now, I would be turned off.
Turned off?
Because you look like a monster. I'd be scared to death if I saw you at night. And it's just weird to be with you. If I can get a divorce, it's just a good time.
A monster?
I can't live with a woman who looks like that. I wouldn't even want to spend the night with you. If I can't see you as a woman, what's the point of being married to you?
I was burned because of your carelessness. You think it's not your fault that I look like this? But then you dump me without taking any responsibility?
Your relatives want a divorce too. If that's what you want, so be it.
You said it's a good time. You were going to get a divorce even if my family didn't tell you to.
Well, I can't deny that possibility. Your face is so ugly right now.
How dare! How can you say such a terrible thing? What do you think I am?
Well, you're mad at me too, right? Then you don't have to force yourself to stay in the marriage, do you? Let's go our separate ways.
Well, you're already completely willing to separate. Then there's no point in talking anymore.
When you take your stuff, sign the divorce papers while you're at it. It's too much work to mail it. Oh, you'll have to get the divorce papers.
I feel like an idiot. Now I understand what my parents were saying. I don't know why I hung on to someone like you.
Hey, how are you? It's been a while.
What, Leo?
It's been 5 years since then.
What's going on? You haven't contacted me since the divorce. Anything happen?
Well, I haven't talked to you in a while, so I thought I'd give you a call.
Make it quick.
What's with the attitude? I contacted you for the first time in a long time, so you should be happy for more.
Why should I? So, what do you want to talk about?
That's a story that makes you happy.
Happy about what?
I called you because I'm thinking of remarrying you. You're probably still single anyway. How's that sound? Happy?
What do you mean? I thought you didn't like my face. Why are you asking me to remarry now?
Actually, I got an illness. I've got diabetes and all that stuff. I go to the hospital every week.
You've had a rough life. I knew you were gonna get ill someday.
I didn't have a rough life.
You were the type that didn't eat, only drink. And you drink a lot. It's the worst for you, right?
Well, that's alright. I want a wife so bad right now.
What?
I've been with a lot of different women over the past 5 years, but they all ran away. They're all a mess, aren't they?
That's because you don't treat women well.
What's wrong with me?
You have nothing but bad things to say. What do you mean you want a wife when you get ill? You want your wife to take care of you?
It's hard when I'm fighting the illness alone. You know, these are things I want you to buy for me while I'm in the hospital. Besides, there's always personal care and stuff.
You must be mistaking women for housekeepers or something. Marriage partners aren't that convenient. You've been with a lot of people in your life. Why are you telling me this?
You're just perfect for that. And now that I think about it, you have the most guts.
But we're already divorced.
But you can't get married forever anyway.
Forever?
You look like a monster. No man would marry you with a face like that. So I'll take you back for it. I'm so sweet, aren't I?
Why would I remarry you? My parents and relatives won't allow it. They wanted to divorce you for 5 years ago. There's no way they let you remarry.
That being said, it's better than being single all the time. If they don't like it, just cut them off.
I don't want to do that.
Why not? I hate your relatives because they annoy me. Cut them off.
They are my dearest relatives. I'm not going to cut them off. And I'm not remarrying you.
Why not? It's not a bad deal for you either. You don't want to be single forever.
I'm a wiser man now. I'm not the same person I was then. I will not remarry you who do not care for me.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're not in a position to choose. If you miss this opportunity, you'll never get married.
I don't want to go back to my old life. I'd rather be single forever than remarry you.
What the hell, man? I'm telling you this in good faith.
How can I remarry someone who calls me a monster? You haven't changed at all since 5 years ago. You think I'm an idiot.
I'm just telling you the truth.
That's what's not good about you.
Don't be so silly. Just get married again. Just come back to me.
I won't.
If you don't do what I say, you'll pay for it. Pay for it. I'll find your house and I'll ambush you. Until you shake your head.
Well...
You remember I've been boxing all my life, right? You're so easy to twist.
Are you threatening me?
I'm telling you to realize what you're up against. Don't turn me down for being a monster. Don't get cocky or I'll kick your ass.
Why you want to remarry so badly? But I can't decide right now. I have to explain this to relatives, so please give me more time.
Okay. I'll call you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's too soon. Give me 3 days.
I don't have a choice. I'll call you in 3 days. I'm counting on you. Well, it's been 3 days. Let me hear your answer. You only have one choice, though.
Right. There's only one option. I will not remarry you.
You're still saying that?
That's the only way to think about it, right? I can't conclude that I will remarry you.
You're still single, right? Why don't you grow up and remarry me? There's no one who will take a defective woman with a face like a monster. Or are you going to be single and lonely for the rest of your life?
I have a message for you.
From who? From those annoying relatives?
You don't have to come to work from tomorrow.
What? Where that message comes from?
My husband. I hear you're being fired.
Husband? What do you mean fired?
The executives at your company promised my husband that they would fire you, so I guess you could just say your boss gave me a message.
Wait a minute. Husband? My company? What the hell have you been saying all this time?
I never said I was single, did I? That I could never remarry? It's just your imagination.
What's my imagination? There's no way a woman like you can get married. Do you understand what you were talking about?
Unfortunately, I already married again 3 years ago. He was a student of my father's when he was a professor.
No way.
I was surprised too. 3 days ago, I told my husband about your threats. He was so furious he did some research to sue you. And it turns out you're an employee of one of our clients.
You've got to be kidding me. That's a big client. I can think of a few companies off the top of my head. I don't know anything about the CEO.
We know everything now. So my husband told your company. The people at your company were in panic. If my husband cancels a contract with your company, that's a big problem, right?
That would probably be bad.
I heard it would cost tens of millions of dollars in damages. Well, I'm sure they will be in a panic. If it goes wrong, the company falls apart.
I didn't threaten anyone. To sue me is going too far.
You said if I didn't remarry, you'd kick my ass. That's a fine threat. I filed a damage report.
You're overreacting. We're an ex-couple. If I say something that goes a little too far, let it go.
What's up with being an ex-husband and wife? I have a very painful past. I've suffered a lot because of you. This threat is not to be ignored this time. This burn on my face is your fault.
You didn't do it on purpose.
Because of your carelessness. And you called me a monster. Isn't that an insult or slander? My husband says he'll never forgive you, but says he'll beat the shit out of you.
But that doesn't mean he won't file a damage report and tell the company. That's a bit much.
I think your company would be happy to get rid of you rather than break the relationship with my husband's company. Threaten the wife of the CEO of an important business partner. That means it's an act that's very detrimental to the company's interests. Isn't that reason enough to fire you?
Wait a minute. I've been getting a lot of calls from the company. Seriously?
Yeah, right? They're serious.
I don't know what's going to happen to my life. I don't want to be unemployed or have an ex-conviction record.
If you want me to drop the claim, you'll have to settle the case. I won't drop the claim until you pay me the fee I'm demanding. You don't have a choice. I heard you've officially been fired. So the company cut you off after all. I knew it.
Thanks to you, I'm unemployed. What am I going to do now? I'm fighting an illness, so it's hard to find a job. Who would hire a person with a serious illness on a full-time basis?
You'll just have to do your best to find out.
You said it's just like it's somebody else's problem. Well, it's none of your business.
My husband won't hold your company responsible any longer. It's your fault, not theirs. But he won't drop the case against you personally.
I've been fired, so I have had enough payback.
I also have a burn mark against you. This can't possibly be enough.
Are you really that Hannah? You've changed completely. She used to be so quiet and gentle.
Since I remarried my husband, I've changed. I've become more confident in myself. I can express my feelings better now than when I was with you.
Hannah, I'm sorry. My attitude was wrong.
Are you finally going to apologize? It's too late for an apology.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I forced you to remarry. But I was ill and I couldn't have enough room either. You need to understand that.
Using illness as an excuse?
In fact, my illness is serious. I'm treating, but instead of getting better, it's getting worse and worse. It's more painful than anything else. I lost my mind and I just made a heartless comment.
This isn't the first time that you've made heartless comments. Even before you got ill, you were a terrible person. The only reason you are the worst person is that your nature is corrupt, and not because of the illness.
Was I that bad?
You never understand it anyway. You don't really feel sorry for what you did. You just want me to drop the lawsuit.
That's not true.
As your ex-wife, I understand your character. You will never be rehabilitated. The real monster is you, with your ugly heart. My ex-husband paid $20,000 in alimony and we settled. He has been laid off from the company and flat broke. He can't work long hours because his illness is getting worse and worse. And because of that, he can't seem to find a job. A year after the divorce, I heard a rumor that her ex-husband has been told his life expectancy is limited. Now that time has passed, I don't know if he's alive or dead. But I don't think I want to know. My husband and I still get along with each other. When I'm with him, I don't care about the scars on my face. I have found true love.